Okay, both players getting ready to get right into it, Tom, as we proceed with this match. Johnny Archer versus Mike Andrews. We're coming to you live from the Turning Stone Casino Resort here in Verona, New York. I'm upstate Al. I'm in the booth with Tom McGonigal. When he first sat in, I used to say Tom,
Tom,
and I couldn't pronounce his name, and he used to say his last name. Welcome aboard once again, Tom. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Well. Great to be here. Just to pick up on something Mike just mentioned, Johnny Archer being in the BCA Hall of Fame, Karen Corr being in the BCA Hall of Fame. What about Mike Zeitlin?
Yeah, he's been doing a lot for pool
Well,
throughout the whole years.
He was also one of the best players I ever played.
Do you know where the BCA Hall of Fame is located?
Maybe in my kitchen.
Maybe
I'm not sure.
Okay, nobody's sure. I'll tell you where it's located. It's a virtual BCA Hall of Fame. There is no BCA Hall of Fame. Just like the New England Hall of Fame that you guys have up there in Snookers on the wall.
Yes.
Is basically a virtual Hall of Fame, but it has a location in-house at Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island. And if you ever want to see it, you really got to go there to experience the photos, the newspaper clippings, just from the past and up to the future. Mr. Tom McGonigal has a big part of putting all of that together, besides being a famous author. Here we go. Johnny Archer breaking. One ball jumped into the side, and the 4 ball jumped. No, it wasn't the 4, huh?
No.
The 8 ball jumped into the bottom left-hand corner. No shot on the deuce.
He'll probably push out here. Look for an opportunity to not leave much of a shot and not much of a safety play.
We're going to have to listen to Mr. Mike Zeiglin's voice until he finishes the announcements. He's got about 4 or 5 more tables to go, and then we'll hear some silence.
Here at Turning Stone. She's a former Empress Cup champ. 2012, she won the Predator Pro Tour division. That's the men's division. And she was player of the year that year on the Predator Tour.
Guys, thank you for spreading the word that Mr. Archer is playing Mike Andrews.
Well, the first time you play a player like Johnny Archer, you want to make sure early in the game you don't leave many opportunities.
Well,
you don't make too many mistakes.
Mike Andrews, this is not his first rodeo with Johnny. As far as Mike Andrews is concerned, I was talking to him earlier before we actually started the tournament, right after the draw, as a matter of fact. He's played Johnny the last 3 years.
Wow, that's bad luck.
And he's going to take the Scorpion down.
That's bad luck.
He can shoot now, Mike Andrews.
I'm sure he can.
Oh, yeah, he can shoot.
But they often talk of luck of the draw. That's bad luck of the draw in my eyes. 3 in a row. Ooh.
First time here at Turning Stone, but he's been played in our tournaments in the past.
My first time back at Turning Stone, I drew Johnny Archer. He beat me 9-0. After about a 5-year layoff, he murdered me.
Well, welcome to the club. He's got a closet full of those.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hardly hear me. How about now, guys? Am I a little bit better? I cranked up both our audios. Myself and Tom, we should be okay now. There we go.
He's a regular on our tour. He plays out of Premium Billiards. He's another up-and-coming young player. And by the way, we will have a stop.
Wrong speed. He wanted to kick that with a little less speed or a little more to duck it behind the 6-4, but nevertheless left Johnny Archer a shot right down at the deuce.
He's a New York State 8-ball champ. He's on the internet all the time. You always read about him winning something. He's a multiple Predator Tour champ. He's won on our tour before. He finished 3rd in the 2013 U.S. 9-ball Open. He's sponsored by Lucasi Hybrid, Cooley Tips, Kings of Vapor, and Steinway Billiards.
A lot of these players are coming off a big straight pool event, and they're not used to shooting these long shots and moving the cue ball as much. So you might see them being a little out of line early in this event.
Yeah, our billiards, just to refer to Billiards Professor in the chat, our audio was pumping out there. 4x4, we're definitely getting out there real good. If you're on a laptop, you might want to put on some headphones or something. And once Mike Zeiglin finishes the announcement, it'll get a little bit quiet in here. And we deal with it every year, but this is the way it is.
Well, the announcements take a long time because there's a lot of people here with good credits.
Yeah. 16 tables, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
So he's got 16 matches to call.
And 32 players.
2 rails into the 3, and if he hits it good enough, the cue ball goes up table towards the 4. He's got to hit it good. Cue ball went up there, but did not make the 3. Johnny faced with a...
Oh, that's a long shot. He could have been worse.
Close to a 9-foot shot here. Thank you for the feedback in the chat. Here we go.
Oh, that's, he overcut it.
Well, hit it on the pro side, like we say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Notice the position of the 3.
Tour regular and local gentleman. He's from Cicero, New York. Plays out of Salt City Billiards. We're going to have 2 stops there again.
That's a difficult safety play here. There's no clusters. He's probably going to try to come back to the 6 and 4 with the cue ball. Well, he tried to bank it.
Well, just let me bring everybody up to date because I don't have any graphics. There is no poster on this as of yet. But next weekend, after the Turning Stone, September 27th and 28th, AZB-TV will be moving into Long Island, to Lindenhurst, Long Island, into Mr. Q Billiards, Scott Murphy's room. And we will be bringing you the amateur and the pro side of that tournament. It's a big Predator tournament that's taking place in Long Island. If you want to play, I suggest you get in touch with Scott Murphy at Mr. Q's in Lindenhurst, Long Island. Lyndhurst, Long Island. That's going to be a big turnout. And then after that, where am I heading? Well, I'll tell you where I'm heading. I'm heading right here. I'm going to pull this match off. John Moore versus Errol Strickland. October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Is that a challenge match?
That's a $3,000 challenge match, winner take all.
Wow.
And just to keep you abreast of what AZB TV is doing, right after that, we'll be heading back to Providence, Rhode Island for a $5,000 added Ocean State 9-ball championship tournament combined with the Josh. This tournament right here. Heading up to Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island. Steve Golden, Regina Golden. And of course, Tom will be there.
Yeah, I don't miss that event.
It's a banner event, and you win it, you get a banner hung up in the room. And there are many banners hung up in that room.
Yes, there are. I just missed the first year, and ever since then, it's been downhill. I did come in 3rd in that event the first year. I wish I knew they were going to hang banners. It's nice that people get recognized like that. Steve really commits to recognizing the game, the people who play it, the events, the winners.
Look at this trapper. We've seen this done a couple of times this week. Now Johnny will just feather off for that 5 and bounce right back out and put him right behind the 6-7 in that line. He'll come right across table. Just feather the 5 to tuck it a little bit deeper and just bring the cue ball right where his hand is. See, right there.
Yeah, Mike might have.
Your shot, and we might see a referee being called over for this one here.
Mike may have sealed his own destiny here by
Johnny Archer waving
three,
down one of the
balls.
referees here. So we will see a referee come on scene. And the referee is sitting in that chair watching the match.
He has a hit here. It is hittable anyway.
It's hittable as long as it's not off the rail. As long as it's not frozen.
Is that a real word, hittable?
Hittable, edible, yeah, they match. They rhyme. We're good.
They're a pool word, honestly.
We're good that way. The table's hittable for the lobsters that were going to be edible. Here we go. And when the official referee is moseying on his way down to the right side of the screen, you'll see him come into play.
Yeah, the 5 isn't frozen, I don't believe. Interesting first rack of this match.
Mike Andrews is on 1. He tried to just tie the 6-ball up with the 5, and this is the position that Johnny put him in. No good.
No,
And you're going to see Johnny really put the screw to him now. He's going to play the same shot. He's going to bring the cue ball back if he has enough of the 5. Or he's going to marry the cue ball up with the 6. Or if the 5 escapes the 7 from the back end, does it, Dom?
He might be able to lock him up on the 6 ball and blast the 5 out of there.
Does the 5 pass the 7?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well then he's going to put him in the pocket.
No, it doesn't go past it, but it won't go backwards.
Okay. There you go.
Like so. Great shot.
Well, it's fairly an easy hit. Now, the issue here with these ruling is, shall Mike foul the 6 ball in the shot, it will be a foul. If he fouls it and doesn't shoot the cue ball and tells Johnny, I moved the 6, Johnny has the opportunity to put the 6 back where it was. So we're going to watch this. Fairly easy kick, in my opinion, right?
Not real easy.
No?
No. He's got to go back rail, I believe.
He's got to go short rail. Right where the chalk is. See the chalk at the top shorthand rail?
Yeah, maybe a little further.
Yeah,
a
that's
little
what I'm
left.
saying. Somewhere in that area.
Yes. He's going to try to 3 rail.
Look at this. I don't like it. I don't like
the 6 is in play. The 7's in play.
The 7 is the size of a New Year blimp in this shot.
Yeah. And if he goes back rail to side rail, or he could even go back rail to back rail and still hit the ball.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. At all. But, to each his own. Like you said, the 6 is the escape tunnel. I can't see it. Johnny's probably hoping that Mike takes this shot. Let's see what Johnny is. Johnny's standing right behind him, as you can see. He wants to be right on top of the shot. And you can't sort of blame him. He's going to short.
Yeah, he's finally decided to go the right way.
Right where the chalk is, or just before it.
Nice flat ball. Not too much spin.
Oh, you got to go a little further than that. Okay, so that's 1 for Mr. Johnny Archer in this race to 9.
He let up on a stroke when he hit that shot, too. As bad off as you are in this game, you got to hit the shot the way it needs to be hit and hope for the best. If you're in serious doubt of what you're doing, it's reflected in your stroke and the way you shoot the shot usually. Commit to it. It's the first game of the match. Go for broke.
Game 2, Mr. Archer, the Scorpion himself. People have been having tough times, but Johnny seems to find the side pocket with the 5 ball.
Looks like he can cut that on the side. I like to just play safe, and he's going to get lucky and make the 4 ball.
You got to roll. Even the champions get rolls. When you shoot good, you get the good rolls. That's the game. There's nothing you can do about it. It's a two-way street. But when you got this tiger by the tail, you better hold on tight because he'll take you for a ride. Watch, he's going to be shooting over this 6. No, he's okay. Slow roller, or you go back and forth. Try to kill the rock.
He's going back for the side pocket with the 6.
Good call. And now the 7 ball needs a pocket.
He can come across table. Our angle's on. It's a little tough to see the angles from here, but Johnny's not having any problem, and that's the guy that doesn't need to have the problem. Well, that could be the roll that gets him loose as a goose.
And Mr. Archer pulls another beat up on his side of the scoreboard and now leads this match 2-0. We want to personally thank the Tap League, Lacassi Custom Cues, Hybrid Cues. And we want to remind you on a constant basis, AccuStats Make It Happen is going to be super exciting. I'm hoping to make it down there to Mr. Ed Ladawi's room. I've never been to Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey, and I'm dying to get down there. It's just that I've been on the road so long. But this is the poster you will see circulating around the social media. Johnny says, let's go. 2-0. 1 ball, side pocket, perfect 9-ball break. Just a cue ball goes up table and comes back down. You got to start planting that rock. By planting a rock, what I mean is letting the cue ball stay in the center of the table. He kicked it, and the speed is a little off.
How many times has Johnny won this event?
6.
Yeah, 6?
6
Wow.
times.
Out of 21?
I believe
This
so.
is the
This is the 22nd, yeah.
That's almost 33% of the time.
That's okay. Did you figure that out on your own?
Almost.
Well, that's pretty impressive. From now on, when anybody talks about your dad, I'm going to step up to the plate and definitely
I didn't go to school. I went to Everett
I said
High.
the same thing to Jerry Forsythe 5 minutes ago. We always have a lot of fun here. You know, it's good to come by with the... Are you chewing gum by any
Yes,
chance?
I am.
Well, everybody's complaining of you smacking it right there on the poster.
Oh.
There you go. Tom.
Sorry about that.
He's a... Oh, sure.
It's part of the nerves.
That's all right. You don't have to be nervous. You're
No, I'm
seasoned.
not nervous. It's just part of the nerves.
You're seasoned.
I really enjoy doing this.
I love having you.
You're great to work with, I'll tell you. This is the hardest working man in pool.
Well, let's mention your book.
Well,
Tell people about it.
It's a great book.
It's
called Right on Cue. It's a fiction novel centered around the game of pool. It's my version of The Hustler.
Right.
And did Jerry bring your book?
It's funny you should mention that. Jerry borrowed Right on Cue, which is Tom's book that he wrote. Tom was gracious enough to sign a copy for me and autograph it for Upstate Hour, and I never got a chance to read it. Jerry Forsythe took it home in his briefcase, and if you tuned in, Mr. Forsythe, as Johnny Archer puts another score up, please bring my book back, Mr. Forsythe. I didn't have a chance to read it. Anyway.
I got plenty with me. I'll gladly give you another
No,
one.
I refuse. I refuse
because if you read it, I know the word will get out.
Now, are these books all numbered?
No, they're not.
Oh, so then it doesn't matter. I thought I had like number 105, and now I got to go.
Well, you had number 1.
Well, you see.
In my eyes.
Now, I've been number 1 plenty of times when I was driving, for not putting my blinker on.
There you go. I could tell you a great story about driving. Great story.
Let's keep our hands down because this way here we don't shock these guys.
Okay.
All right, Tom.
Don't chew gum and don't put my hands up.
Tom, Tom talks like these guys right here.
Talks.
You see, he talks like these guys. See the guy with the hands? That's the way Tom talks.
He talks.
It's Martin Scorsese and the boys.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to New Jersey to visit my wife's aunt and uncle, and I was driving along the highway, and I missed a turn, and my son is in the back seat. He's an infant. And he's in the back seat, and I took a wrong turn, and I pulled a U-turn going towards the toll booth.
Right.
And as soon as I did, the cops, boom, boom, here's the bubble gum machine, as they call it. He's coming after me.
Right.
So I told my wife to pinch my son, who hadn't made a peep the whole ride, and make him cry. This is a true story. And so anyway, I got the kid crying, and I told my wife, now point your finger at me like, you stupid son of a bitch, look what you did now. And she did. By the time I got through with that cop, Al, he just said, just go on your way. I've been there. See,
so, officer, if you're listening in, Tom McGonigal will be leaving here somewhere from now until Sunday.
You have to get to people how they can relate. Okay. It was amazing. I got out of the ticket. So if you ever get in that situation, now you know what to do.
Well, Mike's got himself in a situation. It looks like he's married to the 7. He's going to have to kick one rail into this 3.
He's going to bank this.
No, he's going to have to kick at it or scrape the paint. He married that 7 ball.
Did
he? Yeah. He married it.
No, he's in front of the 3.
Maybe he has a little piece. Maybe.
That's a real bad roll. Wow, you were right, Al.
He kicked it.
But anyway, getting back to my story, it's a fiction novel. It's centered around the game of pool. And what I don't tell people, but what I would do if I ever got a movie out of it, which I'm hoping to do,
right?
I would have a tournament, because I designed a tournament in my story where first prize is $500,000. And I would have that tournament if I ever get a movie.
Nice. There you
go.
So
it would be nice if people playing pool would support it, because that's what I would intend to do with.
And your book is available on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken,
yes,
correct?
It is, yes.
It's available on Amazon in soft copy.
And
it's also
and the Kindle version also.
Kindle version. You could download it for
$2.99.
$3. Forget about the penny over here.
$2.99.
$2.99. $2.99 on Amazon.
And think of the gum I could buy.
Right on cue.
Yes.
Written by Tom McGonigal. Make sure you
people
check
tell
it
me
out,
it's
folks.
a real good story. It's got 5-star reviews, and not all the people that reviewed them related to me.
Right, right.
And they're not all my friends, because there's 30 of them. I don't have 30 friends.
Okay.
Johnny's finding the groove. Someday you should write your own book, Al.
Yeah. If I knew how to spell the correct words that I want to say.
You don't have to know how to spell it.
There you go,
They have
Johnny.
spell check.
Johnny, yeah, you're right. These mags.
Believe me, I know. They have
4-0, Tom, in this race to 9. I don't know how we're going to hold Johnny Archer back.
No.
Folks, we're coming to you live from the Turning Stone Casino and Resort in Verona, New York. Karen Corr featured on the poster alongside Shane Van Boning and Johnny Archer. But keep in mind, there's a gentleman in this tournament that won it last year. And he goes by the name of Earl Strickland. He is the reigning champion. Jeremy Sosi came in second. And I could tell you a little funny story about this. Okay. Earl Strickland, Larry Ross, good friend of ours, has hired Tournament Joe Gibbons to drive Earl Strickland to tournaments that Larry cannot attend.
Oh.
So last year, Tournament Joe brought Earl up here, and Earl won it. On the way home, Joe was speeding. They didn't give him a speeding ticket. I'm sorry, and they let him go. But prior to that, Jeremy Sosi and Phil Davis were passing, and they saw this car pulled over to the side of the road. Now Jeremy lost to Earl Strickland.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy lost to Earl Strickland in the finals. So Jeremy says, "Man, how bad! I hope they pull over Earl Strickland."
Oh no!
Now, down the road a piece in the Welcome Center, Jeremy Sosi stops to eat with Phil Davis, and who walks in the door? Earl Strickland and Joe Gibbons, and they're complaining, "Man, we just got pulled over by a state trooper." Well, I heard all four of them just busted out laughing. You missed the story. I hope you caught part of that.
Yeah, it's well, a good friend of mine, great pool player, Nick Valajos. He used to go home with second place trophies and third place trophies. Some of them awarded those type of trophies, and he'd throw them right out the window on the way home because it wasn't good enough. So if you ever seen a trophy being thrown out of a window, that was Nick Valajos. I got stopped a few times going home from pool tournaments, and they were very lenient on me. I told them I've been a playing all day, and for some reason I have good fortune with police officers.
Yes, Earl is in the room. Sure, he's here.
Yeah, he's here.
Give you a little shot of Earl Strickland. He's down here. Just sat in his seat. He's playing 2 tables back there. He's sitting in his seat. And talking about sitting in his seat, Mike Andrews has been doing a lot of been doing a lot of sitting as Johnny Archer's been doing his job. It's 4-0 in a race to 9. Sorry about that blackout, guys. I don't know exactly what it is with Ustream.
Johnny might be
It's got to be on Ustream's end.
3-ball combination here. He's considering it.
We're running ice on this side, and it's got to be somewhere within their platform. So we apologize for that. We're doing the best we can. Yeah, he did consider it. Now, I'll tell you what, he came a little closer than what I thought he would. It was not an easy combination.
It's an old school 2-way shot. He was ducking the cue ball down table too, so, and he got away with it. When you got a difficult shot, a difficult safety, and a 3-ball combination to win the game, you can justify shooting at the 3-ball.
Coming around again for another attempt, hits the 3. Johnny Archer, ball in hand.
A lot of times the score indicates what you do in a certain shot also. If you're way ahead, way behind, you might play a little different.
Guys, if you would like to see the brackets for this tournament, plus the live scoring, go to azbilliards.com, and they have a link there that says live scoring. You click that, and then when you get to the live scoring page, at the bottom of that live scoring page is a link for the brackets, and you can see the brackets right there online. And I believe the time schedule that they play too. Don't take my word for it, but pretty sure that's also added. Mike Howerton of AZ Billiards and Jerry Forsythe are handling that from the upper bleacher area where they can actually see the scores of every match.
I didn't want to get over that 7. That just made this shot difficult.
Well, good thing about it is the 6 is up on that side of the table, so he really doesn't have to do much but make this 5. And he's got a shot, whether he wants to shoot it down in the corner or the side, he's got the shot.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for the corner. Instant position.
Coming right at us. Boy, oh boy, I'm putting the score up right now because this 9 ball's hanging in the drawers. There's really nothing what you got to do. Just pocket it. Johnny Archer now leads 5-0. Upstate Al in the booth alongside the legendary Tom McGonigal. I can finally say his name. I'm so proud of that. But sometimes when I get home I'm talking about you,
You talk about me at home now?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. You're like a household name in my house.
Wow.
I got to get my book back. I got to keep reminding myself that's the only way I can do it.
Get McGonigal's book back. Yeah. I worked for Verizon for years, and I worked with a lot of different people. And I was working on a job, and I used to talk about this fellow, Peter Maxwell. And I was working with another guy also, and my wife came on the job, and we were going out for lunch. And she says to the guy who isn't Maxwell was one of the few people I ever mentioned at home. And she says to him, "Oh, you must be Maxwell," and it was the wrong guy. Well, Maxwell went nuts. So, what are you going to do? They play nice music here, too. Pool player music. I think Mike really needs to sit Johnny down for a while here. got a nice ball to start out with.
You know, he shoots better than what we're actually witnessing.
Of course he does.
He's got to settle in, and he's got to take one game at a time, and he's got to play the safes when he has to, when he can't get out, and don't get too aggressive. And he knows that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, sometimes when you're playing a guy like Johnny Archer, and you know you're playing on the live stream table, he was excited that he was, too. Sometimes that could be overwhelming in a little bit, and it could take you right out of your game and do things that you wouldn't normally do in your game.
Well, the second game, Johnny got lucky on that 4-ball, and it changed the whole flow of the game. It changed everything.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you know, luck comes with, like we were saying, it comes with good playing.
Lucky if you're not at the table.
That's bottom line.
The better players get the luck because they're usually at the table.
And we want to give a big shout out to Diamond, of course, the Diamond crew. The Diamond crew was in here setting up things, and I'll tell you what, two of them work like mosquitoes. I mean, they put these tables up. I happened to be here. Some was a day on location in advance, and man, the way they were putting things together is incredible. Now I helped them dismantle them a couple times. Dismantle? Just take the legs off, tuck them in, put them up on U-boats, and roll them into the truck. It's amazing. You got to see it. Diamond.
Yeah, they set up the one in Las Vegas also, and it's
all over the country.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing what they do. One thing I'm really impressed with this tournament, they're using a different ball, and they rack really nice. Really, really nice. Because it's very frustrating to be playing a match with balls that just won't rack. They refuse to rack. And these rack real well.
The Scorpion, 6-0 over Mike Andrews, looking in the rearview mirror, leaving Mike Andrews way down in dust. Mike's got a hill to climb if he's going to catch the Scorpion from here, or even make it respectable. Yeah, I have to agree. Mike's definitely not in his game. He's not here yet.
Well, he forced that 4-ball a little more than he should have just settled for the shot in the corner. He tried to draw out and come back for the side.
The 4-ball, he jarred the 4.
Yes.
You know, in these pockets, you got to put him in. I mean,
absolutely,
we all know that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Meanwhile, you know, when Johnny is on top of you, it just seems to get worse and worse. Goes back to but the character of The Color of Money, when Grady Season says it gets like a nightmare, you know. Mr. Keith McCready himself.
Yeah, that was one of the greater lines in that story.
You know, every tournament he goes to, they ask him to say that line, and it's always fun to hear Keith say it.
Yeah, he did it better than Tom Cruise.
Look at this save, rolling up, nudging the 8, keeping it right there.
That's nasty.
And he was hoping the 8 wouldn't go in.
He's out for number 7 or 8. Is it 7 or 8?
What's that?
He's looking for number 8. If he's playing like that.
He's looking for number 7. Yeah, he's
Seven,
got 6
7,
under his
excuse
belt.
me, I'm
6
sorry.
wins by the Scorpion. And the couple sitting right behind Johnny Archer. You see them at every event, U.S. Open. They don't miss this.
Oh, really?
We were worried about them because we usually see them.
Yeah.
And well, guess what? When we finish the last match, they come walking in the door.
Where are they from?
That's personal. I don't know. Witness protection program, maybe? No, I don't know. They're great. They're always at all the tournaments.
Yeah,
they
good for
support
them.
pool
Good for them.
to the max. All right, kicking at it. Good speed. No hit, though.
Yeah.
And now separated to 2-6. This looks like a practice table for Johnny Archer right now.
As they call it in Rhode Island, this is a Cosmo.
Cosmo. No affiliation to Marty Herman, whose name is Cosmo 8 in the chat. But this is what they do call it, a Cosmo in New England. Want to say hello to Mr. Herman.
Well, Cosmo Topper was a blind guy. 1950 sitcom, wasn't it? 50, 60?
50 sitcom. Wow. Where was I in the 50s?
I don't know, Al. Where were you?
Probably.
Waiting to be discovered.
Probably in my crib somewhere. Gee whiz, Tom is old, huh? Too Slow got the links in the chat. I see that. So the links do work.
Right,
Oh,
nice.
they're not clickable. Johnny Archer misses the 6-ball as it jars up. Wiping the table. I guess his bridge hand might have slipped out from underneath him. So now Mike, faced with making a 6, playing a 7-8 combination, should have no problem here putting a bead on his side of the scoreboard.
He would have liked to have gotten a little further up table on this shot. There's danger of him making both balls and not getting a shot.
See, that combination you hit and you control it. You don't hit it that hard. You got to control that ball.
He should have went way up table or come over to the 9-ball side of the
Just hit
table.
it slow. They were right there next to each other. You didn't have to hit them that hard. I mean, but I got the earphones on. He's out there with a cue stick, so looks different.
Never made a mistake from here.
Yep.
He may try to bank this ball. Yep.
He might wind up okay here. This might duck behind the 9.
Ooh. Almost went in.
It almost went in. It didn't duck behind the 9. Johnny Archer coming to the table is going to have a perfect shot at the 7. Perfect shot at the 7. Perfect shot at the 9 to make it 7-0. Johnny Archer on unforced error by Mike Andrews on that 7-8 combination. I personally thought he should hit it a little slower.
Yeah,
because it's so hard to control the shot. If you hit it hard,
he didn't have the real good angle to hit it slow because the cue ball would have went to the side rail and the 7 ball might have went to the back rail. That's why he should have went further up tables, so he had to just slice or stay to the left of the whole situation and cut it into the 8 ball. That way he wouldn't have to worry about those things.
It's a good possibility, and I should have a telestrator soon. I
Oh, that would be nice.
Somebody is ringing upstate out a telestrator. Yeah.
Wow.
Not for this event. They bring it to me personally.
That would be really, really,
I'm hoping.
Really
I'm
nice.
hoping it's something that I have on my wish list. And it looks like Earl Strickland has won his match down in his table.
He's racking the balls.
Yeah, he's racking maybe to practice because
oh,
everybody
okay.
just applauded.
Okay.
And Earl Strickland shook the opponent's hand.
It's a very strong round of players. These 32 players, there's some real quality players out there. Is Mika here? Mika didn't come.
Yes, Mika is here.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't.
Strongfield.
I thought he was in the field. I know Darrell Appleton.
Darren Appleton is not here, no. Jason Shar is here.
Yes. Shane Van Boning.
Yes. And countless others.
Yeah, poor Mike is just getting nowhere.
Well, you know, that shot that he just made on
Just
the
made
2
a
ball,
nice shot.
it was good, but he didn't have to be in that position. He nudged that 2 and got in that position where he would have to cut that 2, and now he's got this position where he has to do this to the 3. He's got to play safe. Get behind the 6 if he can spin it. Gentle spin.
That's a great shot right there.
Thank you.
That is a great shot
Thank
and
you.
a great call.
Thank you.
Wow.
I shoot him good from here. Okay, Mr. Archer faced with a kick here. Hits the 7, ball in hand for Mike Andrews. Now is when he has to punish him. He has to punish Johnny. He has to get out.
Mike Andrews was the second baseman on the 1967 Red Sox World Series team also.
Was he really?
Mike Andrews.
Really? This gentleman here?
No, I don't think so.
Where's his priorities? He's supposed to play pool all his life. Forget about being a professional baseball player.
He's a pretty good baseball player, too. Good second baseman. He's got a 4-ball stuck deep in the pocket, and he's trying to figure out a way to negotiate making the 4 and getting back up table for the 5. He doesn't want to make the same mistake he just made the rack before.
He might be able to go rail first off the 4 and get right between the 9 and the 6.
I would play the 4 and just skin it and bring the.
I think he's thinking about going right there and spinning between the 6, 9 and getting back up for the 5, unless he's going to power draw it.
He's got to
How's
go
his
around.
stroke?
He's got to go around the 6 and the 9 now, or either that or right up.
Mike
He's
coming
going,
short.
I don't like it.
Just like that, between the 6, 9. You didn't like it, and he's got a shot, but not the best of shots, but makeable.
Yeah, but he's still got to get on the 6.
He's going to come out smoking and looking good because he cut it on the pro side, and now Johnny Archer's got to shoot the 5 and play safe. Using the 7 ball as a big ball, and it works out just fine as it lines up with the 8. Mike's going to have to 1-rail kick this and kick it just good enough to keep the cue ball down table and kick the 5 up. Wait a minute.
There we go.
Wait a
this
minute.
One, huh?
5 rails.
Not the way to recommend hitting that ball, but nothing wrong with getting a break once in a while.
Johnny Archer shooting the left-hander.
I thought he'd lock him up on the 8 ball.
Might want to have a referee call this.
Might be able to make the 5 off the back of the 9.
Possible. You got to spin it here just to get it cut it at least enough. If it just feathers the 9, it should drop.
Look at that.
How about don't touch the 9?
My God,
Wait a minute.
He overcut that ball.
I thought we just seen a commercial for Gillette with that cut.
My God.
Man. Wow.
Got that shot beautiful.
Okay, Johnny Archer at 7 might have a chance to go on the hill. He overran this 6 ball just a little piece, but still makeable. Johnny Archer now leads 8-0. He is on the hill. We're racing to 9. We want to personally thank the Kings of Vapor, Chad Bowling and crew out there in Ohio, which waving our hands, jumping on board, sponsoring Upstate Owl, along with the Tap League, the best amateur league in North America. Luke Cassi Q's. Here's our schedule for today, but Johnny says the schedule is going on right now. Let's break them. Looks like Johnny went with the cut break that time, and nothing dropped.
If you're going to get advanced and get deep into this tournament, you better be breaking well. Because if you don't make balls in the break, your opponents are going to take advantage of it.
Well, you know, these
typically.
are some of the matches that we have to watch. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's still in the tournament,
Hey.
and you got a mix of players. So I keep. We need a rail. The floor ball got a rail. The cream of the crop rises to the top, as we all know.
Right.
Most of the time. Johnny Archer to the air, flying at 6,000 feet, misses it, hits the 9.
Oh, we got a 2-9 combination
So-
possibly because the 3 ball's no bargain.
I don't
Well,
know about you, I'm going for it.
I've always contended. I heard someone say that refer to the lesser players in tournaments as cupcakes once.
Oh, I don't want it.
No, I heard it. I heard it. Believe me, I heard it. I'm not going to tell you who said it, but and the cupcakes are what makes the tournament. You know, if it was all great players, you'd have 25 players at the most. So these guys that get in for experience, for whatever reason they get in, I completely respect every one of them.
Absolutely.
Every one of them.
Absolutely.
Because they elected to play. The people that, you know,
And I'm sure sometimes when they call them cupcakes or
well,
young guns or
yeah, no, they call
or
them
young
cupcakes because
huckleberries,
well,
I don't think they mean any
what
harm.
happened was someone drew a very great player drew another great player first round in the tournament, and he said, with all these cupcakes here, I got to draw this guy. Well, without those cupcakes, he wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
You know, they wouldn't have been playing for the kind of prize money they were playing for.
Right.
Respect them. You know.
Absolutely. I respect every player from the amateurs all the way up to the pros. And that's the way we have to be.
Absolutely.
Because you never know who's going to be your next contender for the Moscone Cup, like Jeremy Sosi,
Yes.
Justin Bergman. You know, all the young guns coming up. So it is a game of respect. And I know there are some people out there that just don't respect each other at all. But that's totally politics, and I don't get in there. I try to stay away from politics.
No, our country needs, well, you know, they need all the pool players they can get if they're going to compete in the international level right now.
Right.
Europe is breeding them. China, Asia, the Philippines, bred them for years.
America,
Still breeding them.
we're breeding them. Watch the speed of this rock, John. You're going to wind up behind that 6.
I'd like to see them get them in schools. I'd like to see kids in school playing pool because not everyone's going to be an NBA player. Not everyone's going to be a no.
Right.
You don't have to be 9'9" to play pool. You can be a small guy. A smallish guy has a big edge in this game.
Right.
Johnny's looking to finish this rack off in the match. Just a day at the office right here.
Well, it looks like we're going to be early on this match here. I'll tell you right now, because Johnny went through Mike like a buzzsaw.
Oh, it's good it didn't take long because I got to play at 8 o'clock, Al. So.
Mike had a couple of errors, and Johnny took advantage of it, which he's supposed to. That's his job. The Scorpion, Johnny Archer, wins that match by a score of 9-1. Next match up, folks, and we're still about an hour and 10 minutes away from it. But we got the 8 o'clock match coming up. And guess what? Shane Van Boning versus John Vitale.
Wow.
SVB on the stream next. I'm going to elect to try to get the cameras set up on the Karen Core match. Let you guys enjoy that for a little while as we take a break.
Al, thank you very much.
No, Tom, thank you very much. And it's always a pleasure, 100% from the heart, always.
I got to go get ready for my match.
Okay, Tom, have a good one. Thank you. All right, Tom McGonigal stepping out. We always love having Tom in the booth. He's got a lot of insight into this game. But like I was saying, this is our match coming up at 8 o'clock, so we're going to take a quick break, put the cameras on the next match, and we'll be right back. And thank you, everybody, for joining us on this stream, this great stream from the Turning Stone Casino. Get here. The weekend's coming. If you got some time, get here. Have some fun at the Turning Stone Casino with us. Hey, you don't have to gamble. Come on in. This event room is free admission. Anybody could come in the front door and come here and get autographs